We going for it again. We are going to try and snipe the tier. We do not get it. We will pick up the GP with a nearly large rod. That's his name? Yeah? Okay, good. Don't know what I want to play in this game. So we're coming off the back of a... what did we play in the last game? We played a civilian sure shots, which got us a nice 4th place. Again, all you're looking to do when you're climbing is just hit at least 4th places. It's very, very hard to try and get much higher than that. We might have some lag in this game because I'm simultaneously uploading 2 games at the same time on YouTube, which is probably not smart, but hey-yo. Quite like taking the early defenders here. We are never keeping this on a gangplank, and we'll put a potential Jinsu's onto the Ash if we get it, but we are not committing anything as yet. So I think there's a very fine balance between slamming items and slamming items too early. Because here it's like, well, we could play Yumi, we could play Soraka, we could play any number of things. I definitely think those slamming an early Jinsu's always feels very good. Whether or not it is good is a different discussion, but it definitely feels good. As does getting early Malphites. Might just pick up one. This is a bit tricky because I don't really want to play any super build. I'm not feeling rerolls right now because I said the last game I was going to play be the one that was going to make me go to bed, but instead I ended up staying for quote-unquote just one more game, and here I am. So this is a level 2 only roll. Unfortunately, I didn't pick up the just trying to think here. So Spirit of the Exile might be quite nice here, but I really like delivery tips. I think we're going to play delivery tips, and we're going to play with a bit of an obscure comp for the start. A bit of an obscure one. Because we're going to play delivery tips and then put items on Kai'Sa. Which feels very unintuitive, because it is. But what's the idea here is we're going to try and put in civilians with mascots to try and keep gold pumping from the Sivir. We're using this to then transition ourselves into something which is going to play with a Kai'Sa and probably either a Samira or an Aphelios. And Aphelios does really well off the Kai'Sa buff. So I quite like the idea of this. I quite like the idea. If we win this, we're selling the Ashe. If we lose, we're keeping the Ashe. I probably should put Samira to the full backline. Oh, Samira, Jesus, I am really too tired. Kai'Sa to the full backline. Now, is there any reason to not slam this onto the Kai'Sa? Yes. I think there's some merit to try and switch into an AP comp if you do get something like this. But the Kai'Sa is very, very good, even with just one item, because she keeps pop-popping people. Even against a very strong frontline, like, she does very well. Like, we don't have any 2-stars at all. This guy has 3, and we might get 2 kills. No, we're only just full short. Oh, but I got the extra 1 gold from the Sivir, so we shall sell, and we shall play it for the interest. So we're probably going to try and lose streak a bit here. If we pick up upgrades like this, we're just going to take them. But we aren't looking to play hugely into this. I'm also really thinking, because we get the bonus gold and the civilian benefits a lot of threats, playing potentially the Sivir with like 6 threat plus an Aphelios slash Samira would actually be quite nice. It's not a standard comp at all. There's no, you know, there's no good option for this really. So at least not presented to me as yet. I'm not saying that there's no good options available. I'm just saying that right now I don't have a presented good option. So we shall see. An Ashe with a Giant Slayer and a Black Cleaver is interesting, but... Oh, right, he's got the Ezreal. I was a bit confused by that. I was like, wait a second. That's not how you do that. So, what do we want from this carousel is, if we're going to play into a Kai'Sa build, we really want this. Because Kai'Sa scales really well from the AP. And from the Jeweled Gauntlet. And seeing as we've already got a Kai'Sa rolling, I think it's going to be a Kai'Sa that we end up playing. We will scout about. We are going to slam this irrespective, because we can still transition out of this very easily into a threats comp. So we will see. But definitely this just gets dunked here, and I don't care. We do pick up a Senna as well. It does give more merit in as well. Kind of tempted. This might be wrong because I'm not gaining a lot of power off this because my items are on the Kai'Sa. But I do like the idea of having a Senna here. Say it might not be right. He's playing the Yasuo augment, which it's kind of a bait, right? Because unless he's playing pure duelists, which I think he's trying to do. I don't know if he's trying to play it into like a Jax comp though. He's got kind of a weird bench. Maybe just got unlucky like I did when I tried to play the duelist. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, having the sure shots just in play for the sake of having sure shots in play doesn't really feel right. I would have liked to instead have had maybe like a Rammus or something in here. Obviously I didn't get the option of that, but just airing ideas. I still don't have any really good options, so for now, we're just going to keep playing into this. Trying to think really if I could... I mean, the sure shots play is definitely not bad, and like, this does do quite well with a... Like, Samira can still take a Jeweled Gauntlet instead of an IE. It's not the best for her, but you can certainly play it. But it's just, how do I play the mid game? Because the sure shots that I want are in the later game. Currently, Kai'Sa is sort of carrying me through the mid game, which is, you know, fine. She does quite well. It's just, how do I incorporate? Because this is a very good augment to just get me through into my sort of mid game. I don't have to play this though. It's an economy augment, and not everyone necessarily has a good augment in this. They might be playing similar economy augments. Now, if I pull ahead far enough, I don't have to continue playing it, right? A lot of people just see the augment, go all in. And that's not correct. You definitely should not be all-inning to one augment. It is definitely not the right play. We do find a Nyla, which is quite nice here. We're gonna hold on to that. We're gonna just keep a hold of it. And we do find another Kai'Sa, which is also quite nice. What is this? That's a mouth. So that's also going to get us a 2-star mouth. I'm in a bit of an awkward situation. Because we picked up a needlessly large. Which doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really do anything. We're in the same situation as well we were in the previous game, where we'll end up losing potentially 2 interest because we're gaining the 1 gold pretty much every game from the Sivir. So we will lose 2 interest, not 1 interest, and then gain 2 interest from this. So it's not really worth me trying to, because there's no guarantee I win either. This comp isn't that strong. It does do a lot of damage, but it's just not... It's not as good as it looks like it is. Kai'Sa's definitely slapping though. Those crits when they land are going blip. That is the official term, by the way. They go blip. Yeah. Yeah, so we don't need to level. We save the gold, making us chill. We can just chill. Oh. This is trolling, right? This is definitely trolling. There's no way that's not trolling. I think, like, we kind of play 2 back-to-back games of civilian sure shots potentially here. Or maybe going even into like an Aegis Arsenal. I think the bonus healing I get from mascots and for Zax / potentially Fiddle, I think this is the right play. I think it's the right play. It's very hard to say, but it feels right. I think we're not going to put that in, we're going to put this in. And now it's definitely right? Like, I've got the bonus healing from the double civilian, plus I've got the healing from the Nyla, so... we will see where this rolls. I love how that Talon just beelined from my Kai'Sa. He went, there's a Senna, there's a Sivir, nah, fuck that, we're going for Kai'Sa. It's like, Jesus. He didn't do his jump either, he just straight ran in a line. She got a ZZ rot that I don't know about. I do find it funny sometimes when stuff like that happens. We just like, why would you do this? Why would you just beeline for my backline? What the hell? I wish my units were that smart. We could pick up Annie's here. Why do we want it? I mean, we still haven't scouted. Like, we're just being so bad at this time of night. So we're against... Someone's already got a Kai'Sa, so we're definitely not playing into the Kai'Sa. And he's going full Kai'Sa as well, so... Yeah, as is this guy. He's playing Recons. This guy is playing a Brawler Admin. Super's Admin, okay. He's going full Duelist. He's going Defender, Underground. So we're the only ones playing Civilian Sure Shots, so... We are going to stick with the Civilian Sure Shots, and we're going to keep... well, Sivir just stays in a Civilian Sure Shot build anyway, so... I was going to say we keep her in until late game, but no, we just keep her in. The only thing that's going to be awkward though is that we're going to be playing a Civilian Sure Shots, like I said, with a Kai'Sa in play for a while. Maybe if we can pick up a Sure Shot emblem, then we can sub the Kai'Sa in with the Sure Shot emblem instead of the Senna, which would actually be very nice. And then all we want on the Samira then is just 1 Last Whisper, and that's it. That'll be her full build. We will not dump in anything additional to that. The only problem is you cannot build, I don't believe anyway, a Sure Shot emblem off the Spatula unless I'm too tired this time of night. But we pretty much want to be loading up on... Actually, the Zac is also quite nice. In fact, the Zac is very nice here. Because again, this is part of our later game comp. And now we have a reason for having this needlessly large, which is that Zac can take the Ionic, which is quite good. Quite good indeed. I think we just take the Nyla out at this point, because we know we're already contesting someone, so there's really little point to hold on to this. We've got a decent health total, so I don't know if we need to roll down. Do we need to roll down? We don't need to, but my hand says we're rolling down. Woo! I I'm going to keep the Nyla on this side to try and keep the Galio alive, because we want as much mana regen for our backline as possible, and we want to try and keep our front line as long as possible so this Kai'Sa can ramp up. This Rammus very nicely decided to just not hit my Kai'Sa, even though his ability is supposed to jump into the biggest pack. He just decided, here is the spot. Here is where I want to be. So now we are going to chill for a while. We're going to hopefully pick up some naturals. But if we don't, we're not stressing. We are quite strong here, I feel like. Quite strong indeed. Also, we're coming into a wolf round, so I don't see a necessity for us to absolutely obliterate our economy here. And try and push into something that we don't need to. I think just play the wolf round. We'll see what we get off it. If we lose here, we lose. We've only got a 1 win streak, so I don't care if we lose this or not. We are playing basically our comp but better, but he doesn't have a Zac though, does he, baby? But he does have Rammuses, Jesus. It's a lot of Rammuses. Oh, although Nyla just gets her cast off, but I don't think it's enough. We're just gonna collect our gold from this. We are just gonna collect it. Jesus, he's really got a stacked Kai'Sa there. But again, we're not contesting him. I don't want to contest him. We see we've got an open civilian sure shot, so we're just going to play into the civilian sure shots. We are not planning to play stupid games. This is an interesting switch out.
Let's get to work.
That is a very nice switch out, actually. Very, very nice switch out. Why is it nice? Because we've got civilians already. We're contested on the Kai'Sas, so there's no point in me trying to push the Kai'Sa. Hopefully we can pick up some better items for a civilian sure shot comp, but that goes in the bin. We do pick up though another Kai'Sa right as I say that, but we don't care. We don't really care about the Vayne either, even though we do, although we do have the duelist. We don't care. We don't care. In fact, we care so little that we are just going to slam these and be done with it. And why am I slamming those? Is because the plan here is I've got 2 civilians with an MF, so MF gains mana passively from the double civilians, and Zac is currently shredding the frontline mana from the Ionic, so hopefully MF gets some ultis. She kills nothing. God, she really needs to learn how to aim. Misfortune, more like no fortune, am I right? Could really do with picking up a Alistair here. Ah, we have an Alistair, I just saw it. These are pretty dog. If I'd seen this earlier, it would have been great. This does nothing. This is okay, but I'm not the biggest fan of Celestial Blessing. I prefer Thrill of the Hunt, especially because we're doing a ramp up comp, so I think we're going to reroll. Now that's quite a lot better. 1 or 2. I think we take the Ascension. We definitely take the Ascension. Alistair is not better than a 2-star mascot yet, but he will be. So what's the thinking here is, we're playing into a late game comp, like a super late game comp. We're probably going to go all the way to 9 this game, as long as we don't end up eating too much dirt early, but we should have a nice amount of healing between the mascots and our front line here. And hopefully this MF can do her pew 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 pew. But unfortunately she ascends just slightly too late. Ever so slightly too late. But she might... Oh, where's she firing? Never change, MF. Never change. We are kind of high rolling on that MF a little bit, but I don't know, I just find it hilarious. Her aim is so god awful. I might just play her tier 2. I just don't know if... Is it correct me holding this? Is it not just better that I put this back in? I think it's better to just keep this in. I mean, MF did how much damage? Like 4k? I think Kai'Sa's just going to do more. Or even the Vayne. I think she'll ramp quicker. So, don't know. We'll find out. Let's litmus test it and see how much damage the Vayne does. He has a 3-star blitz? Jesus. Why would you... Wait. What the hell is he... He might win this, but just know that how he's playing is incorrect. So you pick target dummy when you have a very poor front line. But he has a massive front line. Like, what is he playing the target dummies for? Like, a Blitz 3 with a Redemption and with a Gargoyle Stoneplate is really massive. But what's his carry? Is he just playing for a Camille? I mean, again, I'm not trying to think too much on people at this level, but sometimes you see stuff and you just go, why? So I really want a recurve, but I don't think we're going to pick it up. I don't think we're going to get the chance at it. So there is no Felios on here. There's no Samira on here. A BT wouldn't be bad necessarily. I think we might just take this with the idea of we potentially put, if we go up to level 9, we try and put in a mascot, or we just try and get the additional body in play. So like here, for example, right? So we're just putting this just to have a body in play. We could get into Renegades, but that's a bit memed here. The idea is just to get more stuff down. So we've hit 8 very comfortably. We have a lot of gold here. Like a lot of gold here. Our front line isn't terrible. Although Zac is out damaging our Vayne, so I don't know if swapping out the MF items was correct. But I mean, we got MF back in. We're level 8 now, so we've got another body in play. If she gets one ult off, we're happy. If she doesn't, hopefully she just executes a couple of things, but we do still have the civilians over in the back. She might get some decent shots here. She doesn't. Well, the Nyla manages to cast right on the MF ult and just heals basically through it. MF does nothing. Now, we make a decision based on what shows up here. We are seeing nothing. And we're about to go into a double econ, essentially, because we're just having a Zac round. I am going to do literally nothing. Absolutely nada. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this out. Because I feel like the Kai'Sa was doing more damage than that Vayne. Which is, yeah, spice. I think the only thing that would influence my decision there is whether or not I saw a Zac. If I saw a Zac, then I would have tried to roll to hit the 2-star Zac. Holy crap. Wow, that hits big. We get completely rolled by the threat ghost. As if, though, is he really level 7? Yeah, I don't know if that's his actual board, but if it is his actual board, level 7 with a 2-star Zac and... Aha! That is a significantly... Oh wait, I was meant to take the Belveth as well. This is a way better carry for our items for now. Significantly better carry for our items. So our plan is we are pushing up to level 9. Very, very rapido. And we will switch out the Belveth for an Aphelios. Although we don't have a good spatch here. Although the Ox Force for more frontline is nice, especially if it goes on the Zac. Especially if it goes on the Zac. The Admin Emblem does nothing. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to chain vest it. And we are just going to save for 1 round. Because it gives us more of a front line. Oh, it's a shame that neither just... not neither. Belveth just decided to walk back. Yeah, the idea is going to be that we're going to put the Jinsus onto an Aphelios with a the healing thing. Can't remember the name of it ever. Hand of Justice, whatever it's called. I really should have put that in play already, to be perfectly honest. Like, holding it here was greedy. Is Hand of Justice? Yeah. We put that in play, and then we try and push for something significantly bigger here. Something significantly bigger. So we definitely put that in play. We definitely put this in play. We hold the Zac. We find absolutely nothing that we want. Okay, there's the Aphelios, which is big. We put on Duskwave. She goes opposite side. We put this here with this, with this. This is magic damage, so we're just going to slam this on here. And I think we might sell everything else off here. If we generate any more gold, which we do, we're going to pick up the Urgot. So really we're looking for a Leona here to help obliterate front lines. The Duskwave did a lot there, Jesus, that's a 1-star. Aphelios, like, he's pumping, but he might not quite pump enough. So the thing is here, we aren't looking to put in anything too creative. We are just going to sell and try and find 5 costs. This is now doing nothing, so she goes in the bin. We just put in more of a front line. And we try and protect the Aphelios at all costs. Although maybe the fiddle should have been over here, actually. Maybe the fiddle should have been over there. We have got a lot of control here, but I don't know if we've got enough damage. Oh god, he locked onto like the worst targets imaginable. Does he do enough? The board is getting locked up very nicely. And the board got locked up very nicely there. Oh, that Janna. Janna is the dream, baby. She is the dream, because she's a Janna with a civilian emblem as well. Which means that we can swap out Galio for a Nunu and still retain the 3 civilian. Which is very nice. Very, very nice. And we definitely put that in play. We get the bonus mana, which is not actually what we want, but it shall have to do. There's the Nunu, so we can... Oh, that's not what we're taking out. We're taking this out. And we're giving him this. And I think that's all we do, to be honest. We aren't going to try and roll for an Urgot, I don't think, but it feels like an incorrect play. Especially when the Aphelios is zip-zapping the whole board, but whether or not we have enough units in play, I just don't know. We might not. Oh, Fiddle saves the day, maybe? Do we get down the Z? We do get down the Z. Does Annie die? Jesus Christ, she's tanky. We do bring down the Annie. So the last part of this, like, we've sold off the Samira to put in the Sivir, which may or may not be correct. I have no idea. We're gonna just look to... Always happens, doesn't it? Always the case. We really want a 2-star something else, but given that we've got the Echo, I think we just take the Echo 2-star and we just deal with it. Hopefully Aphelios can lock onto some good stuff here. He does do a lot of damage with the Duskblade. I mean, he is just sprinkling the whole damn board. Oh, I think I just get murked here. Oh, I survived though. I survive into the Urgot, which is nice. Oh, and we pick up the Leona, which is also very nice. The only question is, who would we swap out? I guess the Zac is doing the least here, right? Yeah, Zac does the least here. And also that does play into the official build of what you're supposed to play with this, but that is just a side note. Do we want anything? Yes, we want the locket. We definitely want the locket, right? The spear might not also be bad, but we want the locket. We just need a bigger front line. Oh my god, can I stop picking up 2 ofs of all my legendaries? Sack that, put that in. Sell this. Okay, we don't find anything. And then we put that there. We put this, 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 and sparring gloves can just go on to like Urgot, I guess. Not like it particularly matters much here. We're sort of meme tiering here. Yeah, I just don't think Aphelios does quite enough, unfortunately. But it was a good game. We finished in 3rd. I think we made some good plays here. I think we made some very good plays. I think the Leona having the Ox Force is very nice, actually. We did get up to the full Aegis Arsenal, we just didn't hit any of our 2 stars for the 5 costs, which is the problem playing this comp, is you need to really hit a lot of those 2 costs. Unfortunately, we just kept on having the juggle. We had the juggle. I think we had the right augments though. I actually quite liked this. Managed to keep delivery tips going all the way to the end. We only had a 1-star Sivir, but she kept on just pumping us money, which is quite good. I think the only thing that we probably could have done one better here would have been if we probably wanted to get, like, the Leona being in is correct, but whether or not we should have swapped out the Sivir in favor of the Zac, because we didn't need any more real damage. Aphelios was just ramping natural, so the sure shot, even though yes, it's giving him bonus AD, I don't think it gives him so much that I should just stick it. So I think I probably should have swapped out the Sivir late. I think the Zac gave too much. But that being said, I do also think that Zac in that situation he's not tanky enough without the Oxforce emblem, because yeah, sorry, not Zac. Zac's tanky with it, but Leona wasn't tanky enough with the Oxforce emblem, so I think I had to sell out the Zac irrespective, so I don't know what I could have really done there. Maybe just playing straight up into the Aegis Arsenal was a bit greedy. Maybe I should have waited 1 or 2 more rounds, so that way I had a bit more gold saved up before pounding it. But I think I rolled down at the right time, because I think there was some games there that I just clutched to get into third. I'll have to have a rewatch of it, but if you have any ideas, drop me a note below. But thank you for watching. We'll watch this out just to see who wins. We'll be that guy. We'll be good. I can, I suppose, get rid of this so you can actually see it properly. But I think German Hammer is not going to get through this line. But we're quite happy with today. I think we've managed to lay down, so we had 5 first place finishes, 2 second place finishes, 2 third place finishes, 1 fourth, 1 fifth, 1 sixth is what I believe we ended up with. So quite happy with that as a run out. And we played a whole bunch of different comps as well. So we aren't just, you know, sticking in with one single one, just being like, hey, you can play this game. It's like, I like to try some stuff out and really understand the weaknesses of certain builds. So, yeah, quite happy. Quite happy. And yeah, I just think these 3 stars. Maybe? Ooh. I wasn't watching what swung it for him. Or was it the Soraka? Was it the Soraka? Soraka is decent. That is for sure. She is very, very decent. See, it's interesting, like the LeBlanc getting mana reaved, she wasn't mana reaved, that Cho would already be dead. She's getting mega resets here. She gets stunned. Oh, that Kai'Sa clutch! Oh. That is ridiculously close. He needs to move his LeBlanc out of that mana reave. He needs to swap her to the other side, because this Cho also has a crap load of MR, right? Like 225. So even though, yes, he's kind of barreling through it, if he can get the first reset off without the mana reave, maybe he's just swapped it for him. Because I think him blowing up the Zac, switching some damage potentially into the Rammus, I think is just better. I think trying to barrel all your way through that Cho'Gath's health with just the LeBlanc seems like it's wasted effort, and you're also just getting mana reaved from it. I don't think having the LeBlanc on that side is correct. The mana reave slowed down that LeBlanc's ramp up so badly. Like, so badly. As soon as she activated, he nearly just blew up everything. But because she got mana reaved, she took a long time to do it, and by that point the rest of his front line was dead, and then it was just Kai'Sa 1v4ing. He needs to turn the numbers advantage quicker. So this is weird because everyone's opposite me, but I think his LeBlanc is now technically on the right side. Wait, he has 2 Zacs? What the hell? God, this looks weird. Yeah, he's just getting... Oh, did she? Oh, she didn't avoid it. I thought the LeBlanc avoided the mana reave. I don't know, it just feels wrong because he's got the Soraka ramping up on like the Zax, which is like, yeah, okay, fine, but that LeBlanc ramping, I mean, he takes it, but I will say GG's. Other guy just rage quit. Yeah, fun game. Talk in the next one. Peace.